Hello, folks in YouTube. Welcome back. Northstar here with another Age of Wonders 3 multiplayer Let's Play. Gonna do a couple more battles here. Winding down, and I'm trying to be quick. Although I also have thoughts and I don't know, my mind always wanders, so that's just how it is, especially with long COVID. But there's stuff to talk about. Definitely stuff to talk about. Besides just I don't know, I like to sometimes work a little bit of political consciousness in my videos, for instance. Uh hmm. Uh like, have you been following the news, Joe? The battle's loading, by the way.
Somewhat.
Yeah. Uh it's been scary, man. I don't know if I think I mentioned this, but I hadn't had my caffeine. I was kind of half awake. And so I kind of incomplete thoughts and then rambling probably didn't make much sense. Folks on YouTube, you probably remember seeing me talk about this. Farmer, and watch Jester. Um, like at this point, Trump's been deporting people to concentration camps, right? Like in El Salvador, these qualifies.
Yeah.
They meet the definitions of concentration camps according to like the U.S. Holocaust Museum, which is literally not like some super, it's a official U.S. government agency, and they
Yeah.
saying, um, it's too clumped up. Where is the Jester? There. Um, and I mean that's new enough. I think that he's talked about building 5 more camps like that, right? 5.
No, I just heard of the one.
Yeah. He went to the President Alvarez and he said he should build 5 more camps just like that. I hope that's just
Yeah.
boast, because if it's for real, I think I did some napkin math, and that would be the capacity for 320,000 more people. I think it was when I did the math.
Jeez.
Yeah, and he's also sending people to like Libya and Rwanda. He's trying to send them to, and he already sent 500 people to Guantanamo and then moved them on from there.
Yeah.
And Panama. He sent a bunch of people to Panama, but then there was protests, and Panama ended up releasing the people that he had like stuffed into a hotel there. Um, yes, that didn't go as he planned, but yeah, I actually got trolled on a politics video I did about it. Some guys like, American people support this, right? I'm like, no, they don't. There's actually um a lot of polling that shows that the largest bloc Americans disapprove, although it's not a majority, but it's like 45%,
Yeah.
and the number approved is like 42%. So it's pretty evenly split and slightly in favor of disapprove. And 68% of Americans apparently think he's gone too far in expanding the powers of the presidency. So
Yeah.
that's hardly a ringing, endorsement.
Yeah. And
Nobody's doing.
the guy himself only has one of the lowest improvement approval ratings. Or
Yeah.
isn't it the lowest approval rating?
Uh, one of, I think. I don't know. Um, hmm. But yeah, aside from a a troll coming and messing with one of the videos, Mm. Sorry, I'm bad at multitasking. I'm moving units around here. Um, uh, but he also this is like really new. He was saying Trump was trying to get the Supreme Court to limit the power of like lower court justices. He was saying he was tired of quote radical communist judges obstructing the power of the presidency. Those were his words.
Oh
It's like radical
my god.
communists, I freaking wish that there were
I
radical
don't know
communist
anybody.
judges. What?
Don't know anyone can take that seriously.
But yeah, it's scary because he's throwing around the term communist and socialist and leftist a lot. I do think that there's going to be persecution of leftists, so that worries me. He also labeled Canada a socialist country. It's like Canada, the country that's led by
Yeah.
this like shit neoliberal who is literally the head of the Bank of England. Yeah, really. That country. They're a socialist country.
Yeah.
It's so
They just
ridiculous, but
don't care. They just don't care about what words actually freaking mean.
apparently, um,
Doesn't matter. It's just insults to them.
yeah. But well, it's very fascist rhetoric, though. I mean, fascists love to
Yeah.
call everything like communist and socialist, um, and again, I think it's like Trump may be an immature man-child, but I think this is emblematic of like a larger looming like fascism in the country. Um, he represents the interests of the very rich, and I think I think the billionaires and such they want to they want to crush the left again. They want to have like a third Red Scare and attack China because they've been pouring money into Taiwan.
Yeah.
Although Taiwan is having these mass democracy protests because their president is trying to like outlaw opposition parties there.
Mm.
Yeah, he's trying to sue them into the ground. He's like filing these bogus lawsuits to try and bankrupt all the opposition parties and like find bullshit reasons to arrest their leaders and stuff. So he's trying to effectively outlaw opposition parties, the leader of
Yeah.
Taiwan. Yeah,
What's
I
the largest party there?
I don't know. I mean, well, the
Oh,
largest, it's like the one that's descended from like the Kuomintang and the nationalist
oh,
Chinese.
right. Yeah.
But there is an opposition party that's more moderate than that. That's like not
Or I know I'm pretty
less
sure there's one that's
conservative.
more like in favor of like Taiwanese independence, as in like no longer officially considering itself the Republic of China, like it has
Yeah.
been for
Yeah, I think that's
what,
the
80
more
years?
left wing party, but
I don't know
that's
all the parties.
along the lines of not considering themselves a legitimate government of China because they want to
Yeah.
conquer the whole, the right wing party is so unhinged they think they can conquer China. And like
Yeah.
with the US's help and would be like installed as the government of
Yeah. I mean
um
because the Republic of China still, like Taiwan still claims the entire like Qing Empire as its natural borders basically. They claim more than the PRC does. Parts of like Mongolia, no, all of Mongolia actually they claim because that was part of the Qing Empire
mhm.
dynasty, I should say. But they just haven't. I've heard part of it is that they don't want to like upset China by claiming to not be the Republic of China, but I don't know how much that is
No,
true.
they don't give a. They're like a U.S. vassal state. They don't give a shit about. It's between a really, not ridiculous. Let's claim everything as ours, and a well, just sucking the of U.S. politicians, and but still, but not claiming governorship of all of China. Yeah, none of them are. Um, mm.
Hmm.
So I'm just. Uh, but yeah, I mean, sending people to frickin' Libya, which is like got open air slave markets now because it used to be the most prosperous country in all of Africa. And now there's open air
Yeah.
slave markets because we bombed the country into oblivion because imperialism, yay, it's like ridiculous. Florida
Well, it wasn't
Mortars.
ahead of South Africa, was it?
No, it
Or
had a higher GDP per capita because that's so much oil.
oh, yeah.
It
Ah,
had more, or maybe it was wealth, but it was a wealthier country than South Africa. South Africa is a lot poorer than people think because there's a lot
yeah.
of poor black people who are like dispossessed by the original colonialism, and they live in slums. That drags the country down.
Yeah.
There's some very wealthy areas in South Africa, but
Hmm.
there were some very
Isn't
wealthy suburbs in Libya too.
Nigeria is also doing all right, isn't it? I want to say
It's still
one of
really
the wealthier.
underdeveloped.
Well, yeah. I mean, it most of the third world is, but like compared to most of Africa, I think. I don't know. I gotta learn more African history.
Um, She's the halfway night watches win against my Sun Guards in guard mode. They did like 4 damage to 12 on retaliation hits. Why would they even do that? It's like suicidally bad. And they throw fireworks at my tiger. Kind of sucks, but
Yeah, the KMT is still a major political party in
mm-hmm.
Taiwan. Huh.
Yeah, the ruling party is like a descendant of the KMT. They may even call
Mhm.
themselves the KMT.
Yeah, I think that's just straight up the same party. Like I don't think it
They
has.
didn't even change the party name.
Yep.
I
I
mean,
mean, it looks
even
like it's still called that.
jeez, even the freaking Mussolini's like fascist party, the descendant of that, changed its name after World War II.
Yeah.
The party that's back in power is like a descendant of it, but it was founded by like Mussolini's second in command or something.
Mm.
They straight up call themselves the KMT after all the crimes the KMT committed, like the genocides and the of like the native Taiwanese population and like the straight up massacres and like forced conscription to fight Japan. Like, there's a reason that the population switched to supporting the communists, and that's because the KMT ruled with an iron fist.
Yep. They're the biggest pro-unification party. It
The
looks like.
KMT is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest pro-independence is the Democratic Progressive Party.
Yeah, that's the slightly more left wing.
Yeah.
Call themselves progressive.
Still anti-communist, but
Well, they
social
all
liberalism.
are because it's
Or,
kind of like South Korea where we have
yeah,
quote free
imagine.
speech, but you're not allowed to be a leftist. It's like
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
not
if you're technically still in a civil war against a communist country, that's bound to happen.
well, technically,
But
it's not really a real war anymore
yeah,
at this point.
you know, it's a is hmm is there a term for when you're at war but don't fight? I guess a ceasefire.
Yeah, but it's I mean, even that's kind of it's a peace. Just because they never signed a peace treaty doesn't mean,
Yeah,
it's just ridiculous. It's so they can maintain authoritarian rule. People always say, "Oh, communists are so authoritarian." How about the government that's literally will throw you in jail for being a communist? It's uh
yeah.
hmm.
Communist countries really haven't done anything most other countries in the world haven't also done. It's just it gets attributed to communism.
Yeah. Um well, the Soviets said Chinese, it's like these were not the countries that Marx predicted would be the first to have socialist revolutions.
Yeah,
It was supposed to be
that's
wealthy,
true.
industrialized countries. So,
Like England was was probably the one of the main prospects,
yeah,
I
I
imagine.
mean, Marx thought that England would reach socialism via electoral means, maybe, or the England or the United States would.
Yeah. England was first to industrialize, so it would make sense if it was the first to have a revolution.
Lucky little hobbit. No, he avoided the hit
They
and then
didn't
got a
dodge
crit. Yeah, he dodged. Well, he like got lucky with the hit, and then he got a crit on in the retaliation strike.
that.
Oh god.
Halflings are just for gamblers, huh?
Apparently, yeah. Like I said, never underestimate. I think I said this. Never underestimate halflings in this game. They are far more powerful than they have any
Yeah.
right to be.
15% chance that just nothing happens. Yeah, there it is again. Okay, you got him.
First halfling down. Ah! Oh, was that me getting a crit? Am I? Did they? I saw the. I heard the. I'm like, oh no. Did they dodge again?
Yeah.
Seems not.
Did you get the tigers from that farm, by the way?
Yeah,
That's funny.
it's funny.
Yeah, that you got tigers. Because
Eat
I assume it
well,
was just, there was
brother.
just a random chance you could have got like pretty much any animal, right?
Yep. Eat well, brother. It's a cutesy little. If you click, it's the flavor text for it. If you. Finally, dead. Cool. Now I have 2 veteran sun guards. Although I can train veterans right off the bat now. Tyre didn't get any XP from getting hit by fireworks, unfortunately. I think it's only like arrows that give XP. 44 gold from the gold
Really?
mine, but what?
Or did you hit it was did you hit them with the splash damage?
Yeah, it might have. Did they hit the tiger with the splash damage? Probably. That's probably why it didn't get any XP. Because it was always splash
Hmm.
damage or something.
Yeah.
Um, cool. I've just got a whole mess of units going down to the Arctic area. Should be able to take some serious threats down. Alright. How did I not gain casting points from that fight? I was supposed to. Essence Harvest. All enemy Fae summoned undead. Oh. Only specific classes. Whoops. It's not like normal halflings. These were none of those. Alright. Oh, there's some site there with a. I don't know if you can see the lady on top of a tall tower down in the Arctic area.
Uh, which tower?
There's like near Trequium, there's like this giant statue. It's like a lady, or maybe it's a guy holding up like a sword
Hmm.
on top of a very tall
Oh.
pedestal.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Yep.
What is that thing?
I don't know, but tempted
Hmm.
to go explore. It's still going to be a little bit. And then I should probably grab the Flowers of Solace and prepare to the full rock quarry after. Um, let's see what units are in this great farm. Units tremble in fear before you. They are trying to flee. What do you want to do? No mercy. I actually really need evil points so that I
Yeah.
don't become good and lose my Grey Guard. My units need the combat experience. It works out. Um, you need to become as good as you can because each time you rank up in good, you get your empire gains happiness. But I need to stay neutral, and that means doing evil acts to balance the good. Have you ever played Fall from Heaven 2? Civ 4 mod?
Um. A what? Oh, Civ. No, I heard. Sorry. A Fall from Heaven 2? No, I haven't played it.
You have Civilization 4, right?
Yeah, I just haven't played it much.
We should maybe someday like do a play by email of that or something. Doesn't have to be live. Uh, well, yeah, and then I could just do little short videos by each time I take my turn. And we could sometimes do live sessions. Maybe
Yeah.
someday.
Probably start live because I could use a lot of advice, honestly.
Yeah.
I started with 5, so I don't know a whole lot about like how 4 works.
Yeah,
Pretty
well,
new to it.
Fall from Heaven 2 is like a total conversion mod, so it's
Oh
nothing
yeah.
like the original. It's fantasy. It's kind of like this.
Yeah.
Um, in that there's an alignment system, but your alignment is determined mainly by the religion your empire follows.
Ah, okay.
So like neutral isn't a matter of like good or neutral acts, which are pretty arbitrary sometimes in this game. I mean,
Yeah.
good or evil acts. It's a matter of like if you follow a good religion and evil religion. There's like one pure good religion, one pure evil, which will turn your empire good or evil. Then there's certain ones that'll turn your empire neutral if they're good, and if they're neutral, it'll leave it alone. If you're evil, it won't change anything. Certain other ones that'll have the opposite effect. Turn neutral if they're evil. If they're good, not change it. And then there's just true neutral religions. So there's like the slightly good religions, the slightly evil religions. There's two slightly good, two slightly evil, one pure evil, one pure good, and then truly neutral religion, which is like the nature, fellowship of leaves,
Ah, okay.
which can be any alignment with that. Um, yeah, octopus overlords, for instance, is one of the slightly evil where you can only be neutral or evil following it. You can't be good.
Yeah.
So if you're good, it turns you neutral. But yeah, it's an interesting, and you switch religions to get any alignment you need. Like you could
Hmm.
follow the evil one to go evil, then switch to Fellowship of Leaves and be a evil Fellowship of Leaves follower if you want the Edelin units you get from being evil, or the unique event outcomes sometimes.
Yeah.
Uh,
You can just pick your religion in Civ 4
oh yeah,
if someone else founds it.
yeah. If it's on if you have at least one city that follows a religion, you can convert your
Oh,
whole
oh.
empire to follow it. It's it's somewhat different than the Civ 5/6 system.
Is there is there a state religion in Civ 4 or
Yeah, that's what I mean by follow it. Make something your state
okay.
religion.
Yeah, you
You
just have to have one city with
Yeah,
it.
as long as at least one city follows a religion, it can be your state religion.
Okay.
There's
Cool.
benefits from having cities follow the state religion, though, to encourage you to
Right.
spread it. And
'Cause- Yeah, that's not really a thing in later Civ games, is it? You just have a state religion if you found it, and then besides that, you can just like adopt it on a per city basis
yeah,
if someone converts it,
I
or if
never
you
played
can.
5 and 6. I think does it a little differently, so I couldn't really say. Um,
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's no like state religion, is what I'm saying. Like you, cities, like even in six cities, just affect your empire on a per city basis, unless you founded one, and then you get to benefit from the founder beliefs.
oh, yeah, it's true.
I think.
It's been, yeah, it's been a while.
I don't know. Yeah, because I don't know of any way to adopt another city's religion as like your own besides just converting your cities to that religion with missionaries.
Well, I mean, you still want to do that if you want to make someone else's religion your state religion. Yeah, there is
Yeah.
no state religion
Oh
system.
yeah.
It's just founder benefits
Yeah.
and
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
But it's if for a holy city system
Yeah.
where the first city to follow religion anywhere on the map becomes its holy city, which
Oh yeah. That's
they
the same in
probably
although it works probably differently.
well, all the benefits, there are no founder benefits. It's just benefits from controlling a
Yeah.
holy city, which I think
Ah.
they got rid of because, like, some, Israel Palestine type issues associated with that, to say the least. You know, I don't think they
Hmm.
want it in the game because uh, it was raised the topic some very controversial things, and the way they did it was kind of politically insensitive. I think probably some people consider
In
it that way.
four,
Yeah, I mean,
because it just it encourages you to just conquer every holy city,
mhm,
or
yeah,
hmm. I mean that's like rewarded in most Civ games anyway.
yeah. Civ games do
Like
reward
I think Civ
widespread
6 will give you
conquest.
golden age points for it.
And that is probably
If I remember right.
sorry, I'm just looking at spells for my units.
This farm is in the middle of a desert.
Oh, it's actually an Arctic terrain. It's weird that it shows.
Oh, it looks like a desert to me.
I guess it's
Weird.
supposed to be like a weird ton. I mean, no, it looks like a desert. You're right, but it's actually the map. This is Arctic
Yeah.
terrain.
Huh.
I don't know why it defaulted
There
to
are trees.
sepia. Yeah, this is like fertile plains.
Hmm.
This isn't barren Arctic.
Yeah. Well, it is a farm. I guess I have to justify farms being in Arctic terrain.
I mean, it's kind of like the Russian steppe, right? I mean, that's Arctic
Yeah,
terrain
I
basically in our
suppose.
own world. Fertile plain would be fertile plain Arctic. It's probably kind of like the Russian steppe, whereas like barren is the more like really cold terrain, usually.
Yeah, the like proper Arctic terrain. North
Yeah.
North Pole Arctic Circle terrain, I
And
guess.
then
Yeah.
forest is like the taiga, like in Siberia, the
Hmm.
Siberian taiga.
Yeah.
Shoot a crossbow or heavy crossbow bolt at this monkey. Uh, hmm. give a unit extra health if. Uh. 3, 4, 5. God, it's so like yellow tinted. It's hard on the eyes.
Yeah.
All right.
Color's a little annoying. All the filters.
What immolation? Oh yeah, so he had a chance of lighting the kobold on fire with his retaliation. He failed, but interesting. Hmm. Wait. Ooh. That had a. Ah. Yellow is like making it hard for me to focus. See? There we go. Uh, hmm. Cast Holy Cure on this wounded chariot, because these chariots are badly wounded. I find they die a lot. And dead. Nice. A couple cheetahs. They're almost ready to level up again. Ah, I can get another tiger if I want. You think the game likes giving me tigers, Joe?
Yeah, maybe honestly, it might be you might have different statistics because of your leader.
Being a tigrin, yeah.
I bet that, or it's just luck.
Uh, does it move? Oh, it's got planes running. I'm like, how is it gonna move so far, so fast? Heck with it. Oh, here's got an upgrade. Hmm. Pest control squad. Wall climbing. Interesting. There's plenty of animals. I don't know if you can hear all the like. No. 55. Yeah. Defense and resistance. All right, I think that's all my. Oh, I can raise some. Start raising some militia. My capital. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Is that a spell?
It's an ability. It's a spell. It gives me it turns 200. I lose 100 population in the city, but I gain a cheetah in a regular
Ah,
unit, which is a cheetah for me. Um, I'm gonna want to shrink my capital soon, so I can put a fort north of the city, right up against those mountains. So,
yeah.
um, I'll be churning out some settlers eventually and stick him on the outposts. It's more worthwhile for me because it's a Grey Guard and a Tigran. My cities get an extra, and with war effort, get a bonus 20 to their base income.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so when I settle, like even an outpost, it goes from, for instance, the one next to the gold mine would go from 10 gold income to 30 just by settling it. And actually, a tiny
Yeah.
bit from the outpost, it would go to 32. So it's more worthwhile. There's even an achievement for settling, I think it's 6 Tigran cities.
Hmm.
So, or having 6. I don't remember if it's settling or having. So,
Yeah.
which be cool. It's kittens everywhere. That's the achievement name. Hmm. All right. Well, I could do this full Aquari this turn. I'd have to deal with the freaking beetle, big beetle, and it's not worth it. Um. Oh, you were wondering what hidden units you couldn't see them? I can see them because I have an army next to it. There's a raider and a harpoon thrower. So there's 4 frostings in that stack.
Oh, okay. Figured there'd be a couple more.
Yeah, so you'll definitely need my help. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, if your army grabs some of these flowers of solace, and then you could attack the Florak Quarry in your turn. Actually, it's got
And your
resources and
army would come to help.
items. What?
And your army would join.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Well,
okay.
I was gonna wait for
Would yeah? Would it
grabbing the
be
fl.
good to do that before we get the flowers?
Yeah, maybe not. Might as well get the buffs and just minimize the damage taken, right?